I am glad to announce to you that Micro1 has certified me because it wasn't easy. Micro1 is one of the biggest AI trainer organizations in the world that hire many people to train AI on different fields of studies, different field of endeavor, either in psychology, financing, cybersecurity, network security, or any other field that you can think of HR or management or public administration or chemistry or biology or physics or STEM or whatsoever that you are currently doing, because they want the AI to be robust. They want AI to supply the right answer to questions. So on this date, I say, okay, to myself, over a long time, like 4 or 5 years back, I've not been interviewed because the job that I was currently doing, it was gotten around that 2022 or so. And so since then, I've not been interviewed by any body. I say, okay, let me apply to a particular role in Micro 1, and after I applied for it, and behold, I was thinking maybe it's human interviewer that is going to interview me, not knowing that it's AI interviewer. And one thing you want to know about the AI interviewer is that, well, it is still based on the principle of garbage in and garbage out. It is what they put in, that is what you are expected to fish out or to bring out. So based on that, it will be very difficult for you to pass. The answers you are saying, if they do not correlate with the one that agents are already hosting, you are going to fail. So that is why it is good for you to be meticulous, to be objective, and to be detail oriented. And when you are studying, you study to pass, you study to know, you study to apply. All right? Because these exams is meant for those people who are practically oriented. If you are studying theory, at a point you will forget them. Because if I ask you questions right now, from your primary school level, you will not be able to tell me. From your secondary school level, you will not be able to tell me. Even to some tertiary institution that just graduated yesterday, you will not be able to tell me some things from your undergraduate level. Even those people that have graduated with their masters already, you will not be able to tell me what it is. Okay, so it is very, very important for you to be detail oriented. Just emphasize that, because it is important to emphasize that. And so if you want as well to pass and be certified like myself by Micro1, I am a cybersecurity engineer. So I just picked network security engineer interview, apply for it in Micro 1. So I was scheduled for an interview, and a lot of questions were asked me, from vulnerability assessment, management, risk management, patches, zero trust. We have, how do you call it, zero trust implementation. We have firewalls implementation, SCL access list. A lot and a lot and a lot were asked. And the tools that I used to do this job and how. Firewalls rule creation, because this interview was divided into two sections, and both sections cover only 30 minutes. All right. And so you have to finish it in 30 minutes time. If you do not finish it in 30 minutes time, it will be submitted automatically after expiration of your exams time. So you have to speak first, and this AI will dish out questions for you. And if you are not correct, it will explain it in detail to you. And you should know, when the AI is explaining these questions, these answers to this question in detail to you, know you have already failed it. Okay. But if it tells you that great and well detailed, and you're having insights on these questions, that means you have already passed it. And then you go ahead to another questions. They will continue to ask you, and once, if you can detect the response of the AI interviewer, you will know the outcome at the end. After that section was over, then you jump into the next section, which is a written interview. So it will ask you questions, paint a scenarios based on your own field of studies. Yeah, your might not be cybersecurity, so it will paint a scenario for you and tell you, and ask you some questions, and then you will write the answers to that particular section, and that is all. So it will take 15 minutes. So mine was just 30 minutes. So it will just make sure that it tests your IQ, tests whether you are current or not. Because the questions, you were asked in those days, back 2020, 2021, 2022, are not the questions that will be asked you now. The world has moved on. AI is growing. AI is expanding, all right? So you can, as AI is expanding, it means human mind is expanding, all right? So you have to know that. That is why, at last, in the next maybe like 1 or 2 days, they got back to me. Congratulations, you have been certified, and and all this, and you become their candidate. So if that role is open, okay, they will just contact you. Okay, solve these questions for us. But keep yourself current. It is better for you to keep yourself current, because it is not good for you to continue working from HR down to your main job as a cybersecurity person, or as a worker, or as a staff. You will just be limited to what is happening in the office. That is why many of you don't grow. You grow by learning external materials, grow by expanding your brain. If AI can be expanded, who are you as a human being? Because it's human mind that is expanding AI, and people are putting in their best to expand the mind of AI. And a situation where AI become more brilliant, more intelligent than human being, that means you have a problem. When AI asks you a question and you will not be able to answer, that is a problem. Okay, it means you were not brought in the first instance. You were not meticulous. You did not even read. You did not even study. You don't even understand what is there. So in your work life, on your working life, I want you to at least take 15 minutes, 30 minutes to learn something new, different from what you are doing in your office. Because by the time you are laid off from that particular job, let me tell you, and you'll be reintegrated into the job market, it will surprise you that it will take you some time before you'll be able to secure a good job. Okay, so experience does not really matter these days. What matters is skills, what you are skillful for, what you are doing. You can have 20 years experience, can have 1 year experience, but the difference is a skill. Not the skill you put in your CV, not the skill you are saying with your lips that I'm skilled, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, it is not that one. That is practical skill I'm talking about here. When they give you a task, will you be able to answer it perfectly? Will you be able to create firewall rules? Will you be able to set up security structure in a company? If they employ you today as a security analyst, will you be able to do your job? Will you be able to monitor all those tools? Will you be able to use the tools? Will you be able to even create? Will you be able to know how these tools are functioning? Okay, so that is what is important. Even some of your managers that they are saying they are managers, security manager, security operations manager, I am CISO, I'm this, I'm that, many of them, if they try even this test, there might be a possibility, not just possibility, 90% possibility of them being failing, even at the first instance, second instance, third instance, okay? Because it is not what they are currently doing that they are asking. They ask you in a broad way, but you are applying your skill in a narrow way in your company. There is no how you tell me that what you read or what you study, if you are a reader, if you are a lover of education, what you study, that is what you will put all in that organization. It is not possible. You will just do much, because there are policies, there are controls, there are guidelines, there are blueprints, there are procedures, there are a lot guiding you in that organization. So not everything. So if you do not apply this thing regularly, you will tend to forget them. And once you tend to forget them, they leave you. Okay, so you'll be narrowed to only a certain pattern. Okay, so you don't need to be narrow to only a certain pattern in your life, in your education. You have to be broad, no matter what happened, whether it is practicable in your organization or not. You have to keep them current, because by the time you leave that place to another place, that place is not this current place that you are working. They are going to use what you know. Okay, so keep on expanding yourself. Okay, challenge yourself in many ways, and you'll be better. Okay, you will be the one people will be looking up to. Okay, not the AI. AI cannot replace human knowledge, because the day AI takes over and human is being relegated, let me tell you, that is the time the end of AI will end. Because if I am not training AI, if I'm not training AI, just imagine I'm the one training AI, right? And if I'm not training AI in cybersecurity, how would AI know what I know? Okay. And so, and the question that I want to ask you is also to ensure that maybe you do this, you do that. Not everything you know, another person knows, or the person who is developing that agent knows. Okay. So no matter how computer will develop, no matter how it will become more advanced than now, in the future, it will never outsmart human being. If you keep your mind to learn, if you keep your mind to research, you will be a good to any technology. All right. All right. That's what I have for you. Keep on learning, keep on challenging yourself. Take that test, take whatsoever thing you want to take your research serious, learn AI, you learn to train them, okay? And learn the tools that are there, and you'll be fine at last. All right, see you.